and welcome back. My name is Candace Sanderson, and today we are wrapping up the New Beginning series. Right now, I have about 230 videos on my YouTube channel and on the Reluctant Messenger podcast. And I thought as I wrap up this new series, I have a lot of new listeners, and maybe I should take the time to bring that new listener back to my beginnings, to my spiritual opening. So today, I invite you to join me on a journey that began with a single moment that changed everything I thought I knew about life, about reality, and about who we are at our core. At the end of this episode, I will share a powerful spiritual tool. This is a gift from my messengers that you can begin using right away. So please stay tuned for that. But over the next 25 minutes or so, I'm going to share my story, the incredible experiences that unfolded when I unexpectedly became a messenger for something that is far greater than myself. So, whether you are a seasoned seeker or someone who is simply curious, I want you to know this. You do not have to believe to begin this adventure. You just have to listen. My journey into the unknown did not begin with a near-death experience, nor did it begin with a dramatic mystical event. It began in the most ordinary of places, behind the wheel of my car while driving to work on a very early August morning in 2013. Although now retired, I was a psychologist at the time, and my life was so predictable. It was structured. It was logical. Everything had its place. If I could not see it, measure it, or prove it, then to me, it did not exist. And then everything changed. As I drove to work that early morning, completely focused on my commute, something unexpected happened. Out of nowhere, I heard a voice. It was not outside of me, it was inside. It was a calm, clear, and powerful voice. This voice described a flower, and it compared us as humans to these beautiful blossoms and the plants that produce them. When we stay grounded while aligned with a higher purpose, we become flowers. The messengers hyphenated that word. They said we become flowers of energy, capable of the most remarkable things. I was so stunned that I almost pulled the car over because I thought, wait a minute, where did that come from? Was I imagining this? Now, of course, as a psychologist, I knew all about auditory hallucinations. I knew what it meant when people heard voices. But here's the thing. I knew I was not slipping into a psychotic state. I was not losing my mind. This was so different. The words were simple and pure, but they carried a vibration, a weight, as if they were infused with pure truth. And then I followed what my training as a psychologist had taught me to do in real time. I heard my own advice say, stop trying to figure it out. Just listen. Just observe. That moment was the beginning of a journey I never saw coming. It was although I did not realize it in real time, that I earned the title of the Reluctant Messenger. I did not seek this out. In fact, at first I resisted it. But once the messages began, they did not stop. They have not stopped even today. The struggle and the trust. You see, after that first experience, I told very few people about this. But something just didn't sit right. I was going through this period of inner conflict. Part of me was excited and curious, but another part of me, the psychologist, the skeptic, was maybe even a little terrified. I did not want to share what was happening to me. I thought, if I tell anyone, they'll think I've lost it. So for months, except for those very few close friends and family, I kept all of this to myself. I would drive to work each morning, record messages on my phone, and each night when I would come home, I would transcribe what I had recorded. These messages continue to come, and each one were filled with wisdom, with love, and insight that was so far beyond anything I could have come up with on my own. After a few months, I had hundreds of typed pages of messages, and many I could validate with a quick internet search. Now, I've got to say, the psychologist in me loved those validations, because with those confirmations, I began to realize these were not random thoughts or fantasies. They were teachings. They were not meant just for me. They were meant to be shared. This required a huge shift in how I saw the world. My concrete black and white universe changed. I stepped beyond what my life had been, and I entered a world where the rules that I had lived by no longer applied. I'll never forget one of my earlier messages. It said, "You are more than this body, more than this mind. You are a bridge between worlds." Those words touched me so deeply. They also scared me because those words challenged everything I thought I knew. But gradually, I began to trust. As I recorded each message, I realized that patterns emerged. I could see how they connected and how they began weaving a story about our purpose here, our connections to one another, and our relationship with the divine. My connection to spirit became an upgrade for me, and I realized how important we are. Whether we knew it or not, each one of us has a life worth living. Over time, I learned ways to navigate this new reality, ways that helped me stay grounded while also opening, to these higher realms. Now, as I say that, I realize my statement mirrors that first message about a plant and a flower, staying grounded, then becoming a flower, a flower into new realms of existence. So that initial truth is still true today. But my messengers have shown me shortcuts into navigating their non-physical realms. And today, I want to share one of those tools with you. You do not need any special training or any special belief system to use it. All you need is an open mind and a willingness to explore. Listen, just listen. This tool is a recent discovery that you can find in this New Beginning series on YouTube and on the podcast. But if you're interested in tools, I want you to check out another YouTube channel. I have a link to it on my homepage on YouTube. The channel is called The Reluctant Messenger Unleashed. And this channel is hosted by my friend, Donna Rebido. There are over 30 episodes on that channel, and the last 3 episodes focus on the psychic tools that both Donna and I have used in our out-of-body adventures. But for today, I'm going to share some of the new material. As you become familiar with tools and how to use them, you'll realize that almost anything can become a tool to explore the 5D. So keep your eyes open for those wonderful opportunities. In fact, I had so many experiences, and it was only after the fact that I realized the messengers were sharing tools with me. The tool for today is a prism. Although it would be great if you have a prism, I don't have one, but you don't need one. All you need to know is how they work. When a single shaft of light or beam shines through the prism, the light refracts into multiple rays of rainbow-colored lights. Without the prism, that white light appears to be solid, singular. But then that prism becomes the gateway, the tool for a new perspective, and for us to see these multiple layers of light. In a recent episode called Beyond the Prism Gates, I speak of what the messengers told me, that in our journey from the 3D to the 5D, we cross a threshold, a gate made of prisms. That gateway allows us to see a different perspective of ourselves. As our energy body, and that is represented by a singular column of light, as it transforms and divides into brilliant rays like a rainbow, we can use those different rays, those separate aspects of us, to aid in our out-of-body adventures. But we can also bring these tools back to the 3D and use them to help us navigate our daily lives. That's what we're going to do today. You see, each aspect, which is each division of the whole, while of course recognizing its continued connection to the whole, it allows us a wider perspective. In Beyond the Prism Gate episode, I describe those aspects as roles we play. For example, during a meditation or having an out-of-body experience. My aspects are the physical body who is sitting in the chair during the experience. Another aspect, another ray, is that scribe who documents in real time what happens. Those would be the visions or the out-of-body travels or the messages. And of course, there is the experiencer. That aspect has all the fun as they explore the 5D. If this is a healing meditation, we would have an aspect that would be the healer. Like a symphony that blends and mixes different instruments, our observer, another aspect, is the conductor who guides the energy to each instrument to help us have a sustained and meaningful meditation. That might mean more clarity during visions or conversations with the non-physical. It might mean traveling farther and deeper in an out-of-body state where we reach cosmic consciousness. It could mean sending targeted energy for healing. But those aspects, as we cross the threshold of prisms, we move from the lower self to the higher self. We move from the 3D density to the expansiveness of the 5D field of energy. There are many ways to see and interpret our aspects, those individual layers of light. But just knowing that we are more than our physical body, more than that one column of white light, that is what empowers us to slip beyond and taste some of these expansive states of consciousness. This prism tool can be very useful in reaching the 5D and having a quality experience for sure. But we're going to take a different perspective and see how this prism can help us in our 3D lives. Let's look at these prism colors and what they might mean. If we see them aligned with the chakra system, we realize that each color represents aspects of us. So the root chakra, the red, that represents vitality and grounding. Next, we have the orange, sacral chakra. That's creativity and joy. We move to the solar, the yellow solar plexus. That gives us our personal power and confidence. The green heart chakra, and I usually see that also with pink, signifies love and compassion. Our blue throat chakra is the energy for truth and expression. Our third eye, that indigo colored chakra, represents our intuitive side, our inner knowing. And that violet colored crown chakra represents our connections to the spiritual realms. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. How do we do this? I'm going to share an example that you can try in the privacy of your home. You can do this as soon as you wake, before you get out of bed, after your morning coffee, which is probably what I would do, whatever works for you. But when it's time to do this exercise, if you have a prism, great, grab it. If not, we're going to just use our imaginations. That's actually what I recommend. But you'll close your eyes. Oh, and you will take a few deep breaths just to get grounded, just to relax, just to settle into the moment. Then imagine white light that flows through you. I imagine it flowing from my back and out through my front. And as it goes through the front, it breaks into these colors, okay? I do this by imagining myself walking through this prism gate that the messengers described. And as I cross that threshold, that prism gate automatically transforms my singular shaft of light emanating from my physical body into this beautiful array divided into rainbow colors. They're all separate, yet connected to each other and to the whole of the physical body. When I cross that threshold, either by knowing it or seeing it in my mind's eye or sensing it whatever way, and of course, if you own a prism, you can use that. But once we employ this tool, whether it's real or not, in our mind's eye, simply ask, which color needs my attention today? Then pause, take a few deep breaths, and see how the answer comes to you. Notice I did not say, see if an answer comes to you, but see how it comes to you. How do you determine which color stands out the most? So you're going to just simply sit with this question until it shows you what you need. This practice helps you tune into your inner wisdom. That inner wisdom that's always there, but not always perceived. Just like that single shaft of white light is not always perceived as brilliant rays of color. Let your inner wisdom bring balance to your energy field. Allowing this also opens a channel for higher guidance to come through, not just during the exercise, but throughout the day. If you're thinking, what on earth? If you're new to practices like this, I ask you to suspend judgment. Just sit with it, open, and see what happens. Your guides will show you which color needs your attention. Trust whatever comes to you. Does one of the bands seem to vibrate or maybe get larger? Maybe one of the bands of color seems to shrink into maybe a tiny thread of color. Do your eyes just move to one color in particular? Maybe a scene flashes into your mind, a blue ocean, a green forest, a purple amethyst, a yellow flower. Allow any image to come to you. Perhaps you perceive the answer with another sense or a knowing. You know it's one specific color, but you don't know how you know or even why you know. My messengers tell me that knowing is the strongest of all the intuitive senses, yet it is often ignored because it is not connected to one of our five senses, and therefore we just tend to dismiss it. We ignore it. We discount it. You can scan these colors one at a time separately. If you choose to do that, then use your body, your heart, your gut to let you know which one it is. Don't judge, just allow your inner guidance to do just that, to guide you. When you have the color, go with it. It shows you what you need for that day. I like to take this a step farther and pick up something of that color to take with me throughout the day. It's an easy way to acknowledge the wisdom from your guides, and it honors their knowledge and helps keep that connection alive. You can wear that color. I have a lot of gemstones. I can choose a stone of that color. But if you have a box of crayons and paper, get a crayon and draw a heart and color it in with the color that you chose. Then tear it out or cut it out and tuck that in your pocket for the day. It makes a connection to what you need. You're drawing in, pardon the pun, what you need. Okay, now that you have a tool, let me close with a message that I received not long after my initial awakening. As I read this, I invite you to simply listen with your heart. Notice how the words feel rather than focusing on what they mean. Beloved one, you are here not by accident, but by design. You are the spark of the divine, scattered like a star across a night sky. In times of darkness, you may forget your brilliance. You may feel small, lost, or alone. But even in your forgetting, you are never separate from the source. You are light. You are love. As you awaken, you will see that every challenge is a teacher. Every obstacle is a doorway. Step forward with courage, and you will discover that the universe has been whispering to you all along. When I first received that message, I cried. Not out of sadness, because it felt like remembering something I had always known deep down. I can only hope that one day you might feel the same. Listen to the wisdom from within and let your heart speak to you. So in closing, I want to say that my journey began unexpectedly. And at first I felt reluctant because I did not understand it. But I've learned that even the most reluctant of us does have a role to play. If what I've shared today resonates with you, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your experiences. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share with others, and comment and like. Check out my podcast, the Reluctant Messenger Podcast. And always remember the importance of kindness and how you can change the world one smile at a time. Remember that you are not alone. You are more powerful, more loved, and more connected than you can possibly imagine. Until next time, may you walk in light and love and curiosity. Thank you for joining me. Good night.